Hello and welcome back to another episode of Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy. I'm your host, David Butler, and unfortunately Eli is not able to be here today, but we're still here to talk about our Chicago Cubs. And frankly, the disappointing way that this weekend went. Very, very sad that they couldn't pull out the series win, let alone a sweep. Offense just didn't show up the last couple games. But more importantly, and just as important, just concerning, Daniel Palencia looks human again. Hittable, walking batters. I mean, just doesn't have the same command that he had earlier when he turned into a really good reliever. And it's very inconsistent. Yesterday, looked great. Today, looked awful. Disappointing. Remember, the best way to help grow the podcast is to listen to every episode, like the episode, and share the episode with your friends. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. Join our Facebook group at Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Clark and Addison, Born into the Ivy. Exciting weekend for this and this only because of the series. Sammy Sosa and Derek Lee were both inducted into the Cubs Hall of Fame. Very exciting for Cubs fans and for them. Sammy Sosa, 2001 was his best year. He's most known by not non-Cub fans or not diehard fans for the 98 season when it's his run with McGuire. But his best season was 2001. He had a 1.174 OPS, second all-time for a Cub, only to Hack Wilson by .003. Hack Wilson's OPS was 1.177. So, pretty impressive. 64 home runs that year, 160 RBIs, 146 runs, a 328 average, 437 on base percentage, and a 737 slugging percentage. The best ever by a Chicago Cub. Now, some of you might be thinking, yeah, of course he did. Steroids. And I get you. It's still impressive, and it still happened, and it's still part of the history. For his career, these stats were in the top 10 for the Cubs. Total games played, 1,811 for 10th overall. At-bats, 6,990, 8th overall. Runs scored, 1,245, 6th overall. Hits, 1,985, good for 9th overall. Home runs, 545, 1st overall over Mr. Cub, Ernie Banks. RBIs, 1,414, 3rd overall. Walks, 798, which was 6th overall. I was a little surprised by that. Strikeouts, he had 1,815 strikeouts, almost 550 more than second place, and 300 games more. Oh, no, Ron Santo had 300 more games, and he was in second at 550 behind that number. The slugging was 569 in his career, second overall, and the OPS at 927, second ever, most ever, against the Cubs, or for the Cubs, behind only Hack Wilson, who was over 1,000. So, is the steroids a big deal? Absolutely. Does it affect it? Absolutely. Was there controversy with the way he left? Absolutely. But this is all 20 years ago, man. I get why he's in the Cubs Hall of Fame. I think it's a feel-good story. I don't necessarily like it, though, personally. And I think that some of you out there would probably agree with me. Derek Lee didn't have near the career numbers as a Chicago Cub, but I'm way more hyped about him being a Cubs Hall of Famer than I am Sammy Sosa. Because I didn't like the way he left. I thought he acted like a baby. And the fact that he cheated most of the time because he had a cork back crap too leaves a sour taste in my mouth. But that's me. I love the Cubs. I love anything Cubs. And I'm going to embrace the fact that Sammy is a Hall of Famer. But it's not my first option. He's not in my top 10 of favorite Cubs. He's probably not in my top 20 or 25. He's just not. There was a time he was, but he's not now. And he probably won't, and it will. He will never be again. I don't like the way he did things. and then try to like blame the Cubs front office. Like, do they probably deserve blame? Probably. But you're a man. Hold some damn accountability for yourself and your actions as well. Derek Lee, his best season, 2005. It was an awesome season. His OPS was 1,080, fourth best ever by a Chicago Cub. 46 home runs, 107 RBIs. I'm underwhelmed by the RBI part. I mean, it wasn't a great overall, like, still. The rest of these numbers are gaudy, man. 120 runs, 50 doubles, fourth most ever by a Cub in a season for doubles. 335 average, 418 on base percentage, 662 slug, also the fourth best ever. In his career, stats in top 10 for the Cubs. He only played 7 seasons versus Sammy's 13. He didn't cheat, all that. He actually played parts of 7 seasons. He was hurt in 2006, and then he got traded his last season to the Braves. In the prime of his career, when he was hurt in 2006, that likely took away. Like, he didn't top 200 homers, but he would have if he hadn't gotten hurt. I get you can do that with a lot of players. So that likely took away, but he was a .524 slugging percentage in his time with the Chicago Cubs, good for fourth best ever, and his OPS was .902. One of 3 players to ever do that for the Chicago Cubs, to have an OPS of 900 or higher. Pretty fantastic. The rest of him, he just wasn't with the Cubs long enough. I wish he had played more in the major leagues. Maybe he wouldn't have been part of the 2003 crap Marlins team that stole the National League pennant from us. But the fact that he was, man, like he was a great player. A review of the National Series. We're going to go through this real quick. We're going to start great things. First game was amazing. Pounced early and often throughout the game. Assad struggled a little bit, but it was okay. He had some, it wasn't his best outing by any means. But when he pounds his own, he's going to get hit a little more. That's when we know that. He doesn't have the best stuff, but he pitches. Hodge had 2 Ks in the 9th. Loved that for the 1 inning. PCA, a great game. 2 for 3, 2 singles. Had 2 sacrifice flies in an RBI and in a stolen base. Had played well the previous that played well then at the beginning of game 2 as well. But we'll get to that. Dansby had a 3-run homer. Ian Happ had a hell of a game. 1 for 2 with the homer and 4 runs because he also walked 3 times. Career high 4 runs scored for the game. Horner, first home run of the season in Wrigley. Fantastic way to start the series on Friday. And then Saturday, only bright spots. Matthew Boyd went 7 innings, bounced back, gave up only 2 runs, but it was 1 more than what we got. He did get hurt early, but settled down tremendously after that. Gave up only 1 homer in the 4th. Cubs couldn't get anything going offensively, except PCA, who had a double in the 2nd, led off the 2nd with a double, scored in that inning. Drew Pomeranz and Daniel Palencia both looked great out of the pen. Palencia went 1 for 2 and then got hurt. His strikeout, he had a walk, and then the strikeout was after he'd got hurt. He fouled a ball off his left, I think it was his left knee. Either way, fouled a ball off his knee and then tried to run the bases, and he couldn't. He had to come out after that, after he got out at second. And really, like, that's 2 guys who are getting it going again and then got hurt from a damn foul ball. Frustrating, especially when the rest of the offense is really struggling as well. Pomeranz, Palencia both looked great out of the pen. 2 Ks, 1 inning each. Palencia looked great opening the game, 3rd game today. Colin Ray pitched extremely well. Daniel Palencia absolutely did not. Did the Cubs do enough offensively? No. But sometimes you got to win 3-2, 3-1, boys and girls. And that's what they were set up after Carson Kelly hit his 2nd home run of the day, 3-1, top of the 9th. And then Daniel Palencia, Danny Big Thighs, comes in, gives up a home run to lead off the inning to Robert Hassel, and then let another couple of hits, and then Josh Bell hit a 3-run shot. And then a triple by Lyle. And then on the next pitch, Daniel Palencia got hurt. They already had Porter Hodge warming up. It was time to pull him. It was time to bring Hodge in. Anyway, but holy cow, man. Like, that's a big-time choke. After he did so well yesterday. I don't know. I'm not a genius here, but he doesn't do well in back-to-back appearances, it looks like. I'm going to have to dig into that a little more. I wish I had before I got on here and did this today. But it's NFL. NFL's back, baby. And I want to go watch some more of that, too. But absolutely can't happen. No excuses. Like, just Palencia choked again. That seems to be happening more lately. This is why we wanted to get another high leverage bullpen, high level bullpen guy. I was all in about Palencia having the closer's role until proven otherwise. I think at this point Brad Keller needs to take that. Palencia needs to step back, be one of the other high leverage guys in the 7th and 8th, along with Kittredge and Theo Barr. And we just need to let Keller do that. Or put Kittredge in the closer role. Something. Because Brad Keller's awesome. I think he's going to be awesome no matter what he does. But I don't think we continue with Daniel Palencia being the closer right now. I just don't. Preview for next week. The Braves 3-7 in their last 10. We play them starting tomorrow, Monday, for a 3-game series. Expected starters this week. Are you ready for this crap? Shodi Minaga versus Bryce Elder, who shut us down the other day. Cade Horton versus Spencer Strider. Strider pitched well against us. And on Wednesday, it's to be determined still, versus Chris Sale. Chris Sale is back. And we just now couldn't get more hits off of a lefty that made a second Major League start ever. Chris Sale's been amazing this season. I get he hasn't pitched for a while, but he's been amazing. And the Cubs suck against lefties. And once again, in the lineup today, we didn't have Willie Castro, who's supposed to be so good against lefties. And he is. I don't understand why we don't pitch him against lefties. Hopefully he'll be in the game on Wednesday. But I'm sure he'll be in the game on Monday and Tuesday against righties when he's not great against them. The Braves score an average of 4.32 runs per game at home, which is down slightly from what they do on the road at 4.46. The Braves are a 23rd in team ERA at home this season with a 4.31, which is slightly worse than the 4.30 that they do on the road. I'm not excited about this series. I'm not excited about anything right now after the way they just played. I'm excited for the series because they need to get right. And they got their best 2 starters going, here as of late at least, with Shota and Cade. The problem with Cade is that he doesn't pitch as long. And that he's great when he's pitching. But we got to find somebody else who can come in behind him and shut it down. And it ain't Ben Brown. So hopefully it's Aaron Savali because Colin Ray did great. Aaron Savali will be ready for Tuesday. Because Shota going to kick some butt tomorrow. Keep the ball in the ballpark. We've got to get right before the playoffs, guys. We just do. Other transactions and notes. Hopefully Kyle Tucker's ready to play good tomorrow. If not, he needs to go on the IL. Retroactive to last week. We played down 2 guys today. And Justin Turner as a DH. Why wouldn't we put Michael Busch in for him? After the righties came in. I don't know. But hopefully those guys are ready to go. Or we can't keep playing down, though, man. We need to put somebody on the IL if they're not ready. Jamison Taillon pitched very well on Thursday in Iowa. Did give up 2 homers, but had 68 pitches, 45 strikes, 17 swings and misses. And he said that was a huge part of that was the changeup, the circle change. No, it's not the circle change. It's a kick change that he started this year, and it's really, really working for him well. Ryan Brazier had a rehab start on Friday, gave up 1 home run, 2 hits, had a K. He's not ready. Michael Soroka, live BP. They said velocity was up. This was on Saturday, yesterday. Slated for a rehab start on 9/10 in Iowa this coming Wednesday. Jackson Wiggins debuted in Iowa yesterday on 9/6. 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 home run. Only run he gave up, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. I watched a little bit of it. I think his last inning looked pretty good. Hopefully that will continue. I would guess that they're going to really monitor his innings the rest of this month and then probably early next year. So, but hopefully he looks very sharp with those innings and can continue to get outs and look as good as he has been and as dominant as he has been earlier in this year. The hitter of the week, Ian Happ, with an honorable mention to Carson Kelly. He's really come on. Ian fizzled out a little bit for Saturday and Sunday. Didn't do a ton, but had a lot of hard hit outs, like bad luck outs. Pitcher of the week was Cade Horton. He threw a no-hitter through his 5 innings, but then the Cubs lost the game. But he pitched great during this time. Don't forget to join our Facebook group at Clark and Addison, Born Into the Ivy, and follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Clark and Addison, Born Into the Ivy. Leave some comments or posts in there about what you'd like to hear or what you thought about today's episode. However you subscribe to your podcast, please like and subscribe to Clark and Addison, Born Into the Ivy, so that you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. Also, if you feel so inclined, please make sure to leave a 5-star review. Thank you for joining us. Go Cubs. Have a great day.